You can drive a long way on the roads of Ontario in Canada and not realize just how much water there is. To discover the vast network of rivers, lakes and canals, you need to be on a boat. And to do it at a leisurely pace, consider a houseboat.
When you're in Ontario, there's 100,000 lakes, and the only way to really experience Ontario is to be on the water, and a houseboat allows you to do that at your own pace. You don't need to make any plans, just stay where you want, move at the pace you wish.
The waterways of Ontario were the original travel routes. Long before the highways and the railroads, there were canals. By the 19th century, they were being carved through the wilderness, linking Ontario's maze of rivers.
Well, the first lock was built in 1833, and that's Bob Cajun. Okay? And this lock here, Lock 31 Buckhorn, was built later on, like late 1800s, and it was mainly used for logging and transportation. It's not used commercial that much anymore because it's mostly just used for pleasure boaters.
This is the Trent-Severn waterway, which links Trenton on Lake Ontario with Port Severn on Georgian Bay. It can take weeks to traverse. Along the way, you'll be lifted through scores of locks, many of them along the Canadian Shield.
Lock 31 Buckhorn, Jim Wilkinson and I, this is the first lock a lot of the first-time houseboaters come to when they're heading south down towards Peterborough. So we maintain sort of vocal contact with them as soon as they can hear us, and we sort of instruct them what to do when they come in. The captain stays behind the wheel. When we're ready to open, they walk it in. Person on the front with a rope, person on the back on shore with a rope, and they just walk in slowly. That's the safest way to do it. That way you don't go and hit another boat and ruin your vacation or ruin theirs.
Go out at the back, Jerry.
You can drive from the roof. On a sunny day, don't forget to slather on the sunblock, or you can stay inside. Actually, it's the best place to be when you're negotiating a lock. If all this seems pretty straightforward, it is. Mind you, before setting out, everyone gets lessons. These visitors gathered in a century-old barn at Egan Marine on Pigeon Lake in the Kawarthas near Peterborough.
If you have a problem, the answer's probably in that book. If not, call this number and we can be almost anywhere in 1 hour.
Ron Egan will teach you everything from reading the charts to throwing a line. You learn how to operate the fully equipped kitchen, how to set up the 2, 4 or 6 sleeping berths, and the finer points of working the toilet and having a shower.
We've trained 100,000 people how to do it, and they're all still kicking, so we can train. It's much easier than you'd think. If you can drive a car, you can drive a houseboat.
It's that easy living that keeps people coming back.
We just enjoy the water, and I'm going to really enjoy just looking at the scenery and doing nothing.
We have visited some of the towns along the way from shore, so it's nice to be able to see them in the water.
We're only going to go along about 5 miles an hour, so it's get to see, and if we get hungry, I suppose we're going to stop at a restaurant.
We have customers coming back now who came as children, and now they're bringing their children. We're exactly in the middle of the Trent waterway, so you can go for a week to the east or a week to the west. It's just the best location.
It's also a neat summer job. Aaron has been working at Egan Marine since he was 10.
We've had people from all over the world. We've had them from as far away as Australia, lots of people from Europe, people from the US all the time, and about 50% of the people will be from Canada. The Trent system, there's nothing else like it in the world, so people come here for the experience that they can't get anywhere else.
For example, at Buckhorn, where you can meet and talk with Parks Canada Lockmaster Bob Johnson.
We get a lot of people just love this area up here. The lakes are clean. A lot of people love this area, Kawartha Lakes, because number one, the Cambrian Shield comes through here, and a lot of it is just like Georgian Bay. You know, you get your rock islands, your lone pines, and you know, it's gorgeous. They had a big sawmill here. In fact, the original grist mills, the grist mill stones are on pedestals over here on the far side. Out in the bay below us here, it's nothing but sawdust on the bottom still.
Along the way, you can stop to fish or play a round of golf, drop into a museum, shop, or have a meal out.
We'll be there at about 7:30. Thank you.
Everybody's on holidays. They're in a good mood, and at least half the people come in, they tell me it's the best holiday they've ever had, and especially for families.
Houseboat rentals, they're fully equipped, insured, gassed up, and ready to go. For more information on these destinations, visit our website on topoftheworld.net.